So you want to cook some ribs? Pretty easy. Let's get that dry rub and do it. Alright, to get started here, let's get our kettle ready. What I like to do is put a little bit of this long burn on the bottom. Then go ahead and fill up your chimney. Go ahead and use royal oak. Now some of these came out. I'm just going to go ahead and put them back here with the rest. They'll light up as we go along. Alright, so then once you get your chimney good and hot, you're going to move coals over here on top of these other ones. You're going to move everything. Put your grate on. Move your vents to over top of the meat. I keep them about there. What we're looking for is about 250. As far as your intake, this is about where I'll put mine to get about 250. Alright, so I took a little olive oil, put that on the back as binder. This is a really high flash point, so it's gonna help not have the ribs get burnt, although if your temperature is low, they shouldn't get burnt to begin with, but it's just a good, good all around binder. My dry rub recipe here, my unicorn approved dry rub for my ribs is pretty easy. Chili powder, garlic powder, paprika, salt, pepper, real easy. And then I throw a little bit of cayenne pepper in there as well. Just got these off Amazon. If you're looking for anything that's in my video here, go ahead and check the link down below. You will see links to everything in here. So I'll go ahead and give these. A lot of people throw a lot of seasoning on ribs, and I really don't think you have to put a ton on there. I mean, like gobbing it on there. You just want to have a nice coating because it's a thin piece of meat. It's not like a huge, piece of meat like a steak or whatever. So, just a nice even coat all the way down. On this side, you can go a little bit heavier because this is going to be getting down into the meat. More so, in my opinion. And you want to pat, you don't want to rub the dry rub, just pat it on there. Alright, now we're ready for the grill. Alright, so we're up to our temperature, which is between 250 and 270. I'm going to go ahead and add our wood. I'm going to use a lump, big chunk of apple wood. I'll throw a little chunk in for good measure. Bigger one a little bit closer to heat. Make sure whatever you do when you put it on here, that's how it's going to come out. So make sure that it's nice in the way you want it to look. I'll put the other rack more towards the end here. Close it up. I'm going to go ahead and rotate this so that the smoke will come out over on the side of the meat. So in about a half hour, I will come back, take a look at it, see if it needs some moisture or not. If not, I'll spray it with some apple cider vinegar if it does. And I'll throw the lid back on, check it about every half hour, 45 minutes, This should take about 3 hours, somewhere around there. So now it's just a matter of waiting it out. I got started late today. It's probably almost 6:30, so these aren't going to be ready till about 9:30. So just gotta wait, check it every half hour, 45 minutes, go from there. All right, so let's check them. It's been a half an hour. Get that lid back on quick. It's pretty simple. If they seem to be a little bit dry, go ahead and spritz them up until you get to your moisture level you like. I feel as though you can't really get them too moist because they're going to go through the process, and you know, the smoke's going to hit them, the heat's going to hit them. In the early process, you really can't hit them too much with the moisturizer, if you will. All right, here we are at our second half an hour mark, so we're at the 1 hour mark. You can actually see the bones starting to kind of come through a little bit there. This one's smaller, so you definitely want to get that one wet. Back on. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and wrap them. Let's put a little bit of barbecue sauce on the bottom here. We're gonna lay it meat side down, and I'm using Bill's Best organic. Alright, so we took these off the grill. We're going to go ahead and let them rest for about 10-15 minutes. Put some sauce on top, throw them back on the grill for another 15. Is that for my butthole?
No, this one is.
Oh, good. That's good.
I don't know, I just...
Well, it's circular. Like a butthole.
That's the funny part. So I went with it.
Look, it's on camera. I forgot to turn it off. Alright, so we're going to throw some barbecue sauce on here and then put it back on the grill for 15 minutes after you let it rest for about 15 minutes. Alright, so here we go. After 15 minutes on the grill, here we go. Final look before these things get devoured. Here's the recipe.